Hey there, YouTube. What you know good? He is the Reverend. This is Project K&M, and we are back with some of that fresh art goodness. So, what are we working on today? Well, today I'm bringing in what I said I was going to bring a couple episodes ago. This is the character I mentioned in my most recent episode of Mercenary Mode. If those who haven't seen that episode yet, one, well, why haven't you? And two, the original concept was someone's OC with a succubus character bothering them. The succubus character was supposed to be designed by me, and I was given almost free reign to just kind of make any type of succubus kind of character I wanted. That said, the original idea I had wasn't actually accepted by the client. He wanted some changes here and there, and that's all. Well, that's fine with me. That was just fine with me, because that means I get to take my original concept and and just make it mine. Like, whatever character was in his picture, that's his character. But the character that I originally had, still mine. And it gives me an opportunity to kind of figure out what I really want to do with this character, and that's what I'm going to show you in today's episode. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you a twofer. So it's going to be a twofer. I'm going to show you kind of the weird way my mind works when it comes to coming up with these different characters, and how things can change from the original concept to the redesign, and sometimes how it goes right back to the original concept. So let's introduce you to this particular character. The character was originally supposed to just be very simplified and whatnot, but when I tried redesigning her for this particular illustration, I tried going a little too far. The original version of this succubus, who I ended up naming Parfait, hence the parfait she'll be eating in this illustration. I'm not quite sure why, but I wanted to try making her more draconic. Like, I was giving her more intricate details for like the horns and the wings. In the original concept, the horns were also a little bit more detailed, not too smooth and all that. And while I did like the idea, when it comes to the actual execution, it didn't come out too well. Sometimes you really do just want to simplify it, but it was an interesting idea. This looks less succubus and more dragon, but the outfit idea was also not too much of a change. I tried taking what I originally had for the concept, the original like sketch idea I had for her, and just tried to exaggerate a little bit here and there. And ultimately, it was just it's too busy. It was too busy, and like a year later, I want to say it was like a year later. It was probably a little longer than that. I decided, no, I'm not feeling it, and I'm going to redesign this, and that's what I did. I still like the idea of just the sheer silliness she was portraying in this particular illustration. I mean, this is based off of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia made by Kinko Cross. Like the whole idea for several of these characters that I've been recently exposed to or being commissioned to draw, were all inspired by Kenko Cross. And this is another example of like what I said in Mercenary Mode. This is one of the reasons why I really wanted to learn how to properly replicate that style, if only for the sake of doing fan art for Kenko Cross's characters. That's something I do for almost every type of fan art. While I do want to have my own style when it comes to fan art and trying to really match the style that I'm aiming for. Like, when it comes to fan art, I always want to try to replicate the original style, just out of respect for the original art. I'm trying not to do that nowadays. I'm trying to let myself have a little bit of creative freedom before it, but it's still kind of there. Needless to say, I didn't do too well of replicating that actual like color scheme and shading style in this particular one. But then we get to the remake, which is I'm also going to show in this episode. When it comes to the remake, I decided that some of these more detailed versions of like the horns and the wings, not necessary. We're gonna go ahead and simplify it a little bit, and I did a lot of comparisons to some of the characters in the original MGE, including some of the characters that in the because there's an actual story kind of going on in the MGE. The characters that were unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for some of you guys that are into that, so various characters that were the victims of monsterization. Several female characters that seemed like, you know, reasonable characters, you know, mentally stable and all that, and then monsterization hits and they become just as deprived and down bad as all the monsters, the usual monsters and all that. And I was trying to use the several of the ones that were corrupted and turned into monsters as like my inspiration for trying to get the like the facial features and the you know the kind of I try to get a little personality in here. That also explains why I went for this pose that I was aiming for in this remake picture. And the to maintain the idea of you know, Parfait's weird playfulness despite the kind of imposing like angle we got here. The idea I had in my head while drawing this was her being like pretending to be like someone's sleep paralysis demon, you know? It's that idea of like what happens when your sleep paralysis demon is attractive. Or in my idea, the idea I had in my head was what happens if your sleep paralysis demon shows up just to make sure you can't move, and then once she finds out, she just sneaks into your not your basement. He sneaks into your kitchen and steals all your ice cream. That's the weird stuff that happens in my head when drawing characters like this. Even though I'm drawing a succubus, I'm still thinking of something stupid or goofy and whatnot. Because when it comes to what people usually think about succubi, I don't think about that at all. Like, the Reverend is not interested in, well, that. And honestly, succubi kind of creep me out because imagine a monster that legit kills you by banging you to death. That is, I know that's someone's dream, but I don't get it. I don't see the appeal. That's just creepy. It's a good thing the Reverend is ugly, so no succubus will be interested in this guy. But I digress. When it comes to the actual color scheme and everything, I think I did a much better job in this redesign. And I think Parfait came out just looking just aesthetically just a lot better. It's not just that the better saturation of the colors and everything, but just the shape of the face. It's a little rounder, and I really think I got that I got the style down pat, at least close enough for it to look like it's clearly supposed to be like fan art of the MGE. I really think we did a good job on that one. And honestly, I want to draw her again, but I need to come up with a really goofy scenario. That's just, yeah, it's got to be a goofy scenario, or at least something that I can add, like maybe some subtitles to, like something funny. Now I'm open to suggestions. But anyway, let's take a look at the final images and compare the two. Yeah, you know, honestly, I look back on what I did for Parfait, and well, the first one is was an okay attempt. Like, I really, really dig what I was able to accomplish with the second one, and I definitely really do need to draw her again. I've drawn ever since I did those illustrations. I've actually done a noticeable amount of MGE fan art, especially of the Shiro Heavy, which is probably like my favorite like design that Kenko Cross has made so far. Just something about that, the white snake and the outfit, just something really cool about it. And yeah, I have also recorded footage of that, so you'll be seeing those in the future. You're seeing those illustrations in the future. But with that said, let's go ahead and just wrap it up for today. If you guys are interested, I got plenty of videos, you know, in my channel. I've also got a Patreon if you want to support me, or you can also commission me. All the links are in the description. And man, when's the last time I've done any streaming? I also have a Twitch. I need to stream more often. I gotta give myself. I really need to get back to doing that. But yeah, I'm rambling. Let me stop. We're gonna wrap it up for today. As always, thanks for watching. Y'all take it easy. Memento mori, and I will catch you all in the next one. Kill the feed.